Hi and welcome to another video. It's great to be back. Firstly, we're going to be very quickly flipping through January. As we flip over, we can see it's not completed. We did actually complete it, so it's okay. There's less stress on going back and trying to finish that. But flipping through, I actually really enjoyed how I had everything laid out. It was actually useful. I made sure to fill everything out. I don't know, I find halfway through the month / towards the end of the month, I start to dislike the spread that I'm working in, and then I just don't fill anything out and it just becomes useless. Yeah, so we are starting with February. Now, this whole setup for me was a great idea. Don't mind the lighting. We didn't realize that we didn't have the light on till halfway through. So we are working off some beautiful natural lighting from the window that is in front of my desk. I decided that this month's theme was going to be Care Bears inspired, so we are drawing some cute little Care Bears on the front here. The markers that I'm using were a lovely gift that I got at Christmas. They're by the Anko brand, so they're not like I wouldn't say a top end marker, but they're definitely a marker that will, get you what you need. If you want a brush tip, girl, she's got the brush tip. If you want like a normal texture end, she's also got that too. I have found, since using them more and more though, granted I'm using them at least every day, they have started to, I don't know if pill is the right word, but at least the nib where on the brush end where it's very fine, has started to become a bit furry, and definitely not as like a defined point anymore. So if you're trying to do any fine work with them, it's possible, but it's definitely not as a finished look as what it could be. Me just casually drawing in a hand very quickly because we forgot to draw one in. But yeah, let's just take a second to chat. So, this month, well, at least January has been busy. February, even more busy. So we have picked up another job, and we've also gone back to school kind of thing. So there's a lot of things happening, and obviously you'll see in a minute when we start to flip over to the next pages and things. I actually had to really change up the way I did my weekly layouts. I was actually kind of really nervous to set up the way that I did. Granted, now that I'm in the future and I'm voicing this over, the layout is going really well, but it is kind of hard to change things around. It's really hard to cross things out and go back through and correct things, or if like a shift changes for work, I have to, get out the handy dandy whiteout, put it pretty much everywhere in my book and continue, which is, I guess, look, personal preference is to not do that, but I'm sure some people wouldn't care or wouldn't mind. Back to the Care Bears though, we've done tracing them, we've brought out the Prisma colour pencils that I've had for years. Now these pencils, not sharp. I highly recommend to sharpen them before you use them so you can get a cleaner line. I was very lazy and just didn't sharpen them. I think I ended up sharpening them partway through just because I got sick of it. But the Prisma colours are a fantastic pencil. I would highly recommend them. I know that they are definitely more of an expensive pencil. I don't remember how much each pencil costs. I think when I was buying replacement colours, they might be $3 a pencil, which is a bit steep, but if you get a packet of, I think they come in 72 or 150, and there's a ginormous packet after the 250 or whatever. No, 150, sorry. But worth it. They last forever, but with that in mind, if you press super hard with them, you get a very lovely, silky smooth coverage but you will go through them a lot quicker than you would if you press slightly lighter. So I'm not the most colour pencil, you know, aficionado. How do you say the word? Aficionado? Whatever it's called. Like, I don't use colour pencils very often. I only use colour pencils to colour in, like, adult colouring books and things like that. So trying to find how to, you know, nicely blend in areas where shadowing would be kind of tricky. At least for me. I'm sure there is other people out there that, you know exactly what they're doing when it comes to colouring in and, you know, actually being a gem at it, but that is not me. I decided to go in with my finger and actually smooth out some of the areas that I thought were a little bit too streaky. It definitely helped. Granted, I had no clue what I was doing, but yeah, way less bold in the streakiness. Also, don't look at the February title. It is so terrible. we definitely rushed that a little bit. We've flipped over to our vitals page. Now, I actually hate going back and looking how disgusting drawing a straight line, you know, is. Granted, I wasn't trying to get a straight line, but I do kind of regret not having a straight line around the border, but it's okay. It's fine. You know, tips for next month. But yes, we've gone back and we're doing, you know, the tracking of sleep and energy, stress and pain. This time I've added a notes section just because last month I didn't, and felt like there was some days that I definitely needed to have notes to be like, I'm in pain because of this, or this will affect this. Whereas now if I go back and look at it, and because I haven't written it down, it's a bit tricky to be like, why was there such a spike in, you know, my pain or my stress? I mean, granted that I can go back to the actual monthly, or sorry, the weeklies, and look at the day and be like, oh, you know, I did XYZ that day, which can sometimes, you know, give you the answer, but if I haven't written something down, it might not give me the answer. What was really fun about these pens as well, you can lay them really well. So I didn't change colour to do those little clouds. I just went over the same spot, and it really added a lovely effect of a, you know, darker, deeper colour over the top. I was expecting that it would not be able to be a thing with a marker like this, but I am staying corrected. Also, chats again. This is a longer video, so let me know if you like this or hate this, and if you would prefer a flip through of the previous month in a different video. Also, just totally give me ideas of what people want to see, because I have a few things written down, but I'm not too sure how to execute them, and if people would even actually enjoy them. Granted that I am not really appealing to a big audience at the moment, because I am a tiny little creator that hasn't had any consistency in her uploading, but we have big dreams, we have big aspirations, big goals. We'll see what happens. So yeah, shoot some ideas in the comments if you'd like, or if you have anything regarding last month's spread about the tabs I did for Jan, how to go about that, how to incorporate Dutch doors. Literally give me anything you want to know and I will try and answer your questions in a video. different boxes, barely any colour. The goal for this spread was to write out different ideas that I could do for YouTube or Instagram posts, which honestly I don't know if I'm even gonna do, which sounds terrible, at least for the Instagram stuff. The YouTube stuff I really want to focus on, but Instagram, I find it's such a hard world, not gonna lie. People are very ruthless. They only like your things, or care to follow your account if you're incredibly aesthetically pleasing or super minimal, and you need to be able to have access to like every single washi tape and every single marker in the world, which I don't. I'm just a gal who's just enjoying a hobby. So yeah, Instagram is brutal. Instagram is really brutal. Anyway, on a different topic. I think I started on yes, sorry, no, just a bunch of different boxes to write ideas, and to really see if I can make some sort of coherent, cohesive, like, plan on how I can produce videos and film and edit whilst also being quite busy. I think I said earlier, I now have 2 jobs. I'm back at school and I have a bunch of other hobbies other than journaling, and we're all trying to fit them in at once, and it is kind of exhausting, but we're here. Another thing to add actually back on the page is I got these little monthly calendar stickers from a place called Milligram. Milligram, I don't know if it is just an Australian stationery store, but there is definitely a few in Melbourne. I'm not sure about anywhere else. It is such a trap. It is a beautiful store that sells things anywhere from, I think it's Millennium fountain pens to Lotion like 1975 notebooks and washi tapes, pens, like anything. It is a gorgeous place, and I saw the stickers, and I was also lucky enough to be gifted some, and I thought I have to use them. So that is what they are, and you can also see them at the very top of my page as well. So there's Monday to Sunday stickers were also from that store, and they did have more to the sticker. Those stickers are kind of cut in half almost. I would say maybe at least a quarter was cut off, just because at the very start, before the actual letter of Monday or Tuesday, there was a little circle with a slash in it, so you could write the date in it, but for how I've set up my page and having the stickers are either across or having them on that side, I ended up that it would just be too big, and it needed a little bit too messy at the top, so we've just added that. See how it goes. Don't include in the video that I stuck them down. They're just like a little sticky note. So I don't actually stuck them down. I'm not sure. This video, oh my gosh, okay, so fun fact of the day. This video, we started out strong. We were really happy, we really wanted to do it, and then I think the moment I realised my light was off, I got so upset. I was so like, I don't want to do this anymore, I can't refilm the start of it. So definitely my motivation of trying, I guess overall just trying, we were just trying to make this video look good, kind of went out the window. So apologies. It is not the best video, but she's we're gonna post it, we're gonna see what we can do. But yeah, we're almost at the end. I don't even think I added the monthly recap. I was so done by the end. But that is okay. That happens with journaling. Realistically, I should have just taken a break, come back another day, but I wanted it done. I wanted it finished. So here is the flip through. I'm so proud of that pink bear. That pink bear, gorgeous. Look, my vitals tracker. got habits and then YouTubes and socials. And then that's week 1. And that's it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.